welcome to our broadcast today. My name is Cindy Speaker. I have with me today Noelle Black, a non-attorney representative with Gardberg Kemmerly. And Noelle, I'm so happy to have you. How you doing?
Good. Thank you, Cindy. I'm happy to be here. How are you?
I'm good. Well, before we get into our topic, I want to talk with you about Making Strides. I want you to tell us a little bit about that campaign, because when I talked with you last in the fall, it was actually before the race took place.
Right.
Or the run. So tell us a little bit about that.
It went very well. It was one of the most successful walks I've participated in. We had about 25,000 walkers that came out. Yes, and it was a great turnout. It was cold, great weather, and we raised almost $275,000 for breast cancer. And
that is fantastic.
Yes, and Gardberg and Kimberly alone contributed over $30,000 to that.
Wow.
So we raised a lot of money with our Cure for Christine team. It was very successful, and we had over 100 walkers just on our team alone, and showed Christine that we were really out there to support her. But the walk in and of itself was a great fundraiser for the American Cancer Society and for the fight against breast cancer.
That's awesome. And just tell us briefly, because you and I know who Christine is, but tell us a little bit about our Christine.
Well, Christine is our office manager here at Gardberg Kemmerly, and she has been here for over 30 years. And she is currently fighting breast cancer, and she's at MD Anderson today. She's been going back and forth for treatments, and we love and miss her dearly. And she is in the fight of her life, but she is definitely winning this thing.
Great. Well, Noelle, let's switch over to our topic now, and thank you for that update. I'm so glad that went so well.
My pleasure. It was an exciting event, and I was honored to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, you were the chair.
Yes, I was. I was the chair for
you
the
were definitely a part of it.
Yes.
In a big way.
It ended up being a lot more than I thought, but it was a learning experience.
Yeah. Well, today we're going to talk about the holidays, but we're going to talk about specifically is some of the challenges that arise for the disabled. And I want to start off by saying that at Gardberg and Kemmerly, you help disabled people, you help them with filing for disability claims, things like that. Do you see them having some additional challenges during the holiday season?
Because they are in a position, most of our clients are, where it is a struggle every day just to pay their medical bills, to get medications, and to pay their finances in their home because they're without income, at least not a wage earnings income. And so now, if they have children or family members with children, they're, especially kids, they expect presents this time of year, and that's a real struggle that, they aren't able to provide that in many cases.
Yeah. And how do you offer support during this time?
Well, unfortunately, dealing with so many people in the same situation, we can't offer financial support or do anything like that. But I think over the years, I've learned that the best answer is just to offer an empathetic ear and be willing to listen. Sometimes they just don't have anybody that understands their situation. And, we can sometimes help pay for copays to doctor's offices and certain claims if they don't have insurance, and it's to some of the health departments and clinics. But I think the biggest help that we can provide here at Gardberg and Kemmerly is that we can tell them that we are working harder than anybody else on their case, and that though they may not see the result right here at the holidays, that we are taking care of their case and that we are working as hard as we can to make that outcome to their benefit. Yeah. And that can be a relief and a stress off of them that, maybe they can worry about something else, and we can take care of that.
Yeah. And what is the average wait time for disability claims?
Well, the Social Security Hearing Office just released their fiscal year 2018 numbers, and just to make sure I get those right, I'm going to look over at my notes here, but we mainly deal with the Mobile Hearing Office, the Hattiesburg Hearing Office, and Montgomery, Alabama Hearing Office. And for Mobile, they're averaging about 626 days from the time that the file gets there to the time that the decision is made. And then the Hattiesburg Hearing Office is around 580, and the Montgomery is about the same. They're about 560 days. So that's a long time that people are waiting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what are some of the resources that you're aware of during the holidays that may be helpful?
Well, we try to keep a list. All our clients come in, they get a blue folder, and we send out, it has like some resources and Catholic social services and some other things that help with bills and stuff all during the year. But during the holidays, for specific holiday help, I think the Salvation Army is one of the greatest resources that we have here on the Gulf Coast. They do, year-round provide things like rental assistance, utility assistance, clothing closets, food pantries. But during the holidays, they serve a big Thanksgiving meal that they did recently for Thanksgiving. They will have a big Christmas meal. Seniors and shut-ins can have those meals delivered to their home. And they also do a really big thing here on the Gulf Coast, which is the Angel Tree. And that is for those children who want to, get gifts and their parents just can't afford it. So they can contact the Salvation Army and get those children put on the Angel Tree list and hopefully be able to, have a little something under the tree for them on Christmas Day. That's
awesome. The Angel Tree program, explain that. Is that affiliated with the Salvation Army?
Yes, it is a program of the Salvation Army, and they do toy drives all over. I know one of our local radio stations is doing a toy drive right now, and all of that goes to the Salvation Army for the Angel Tree. And, sometimes we spend so much on our kids, but just a $5 car, can be really exciting to someone that's all that they're getting. So you can contact the Salvation Army. I have a couple numbers here.
Oh, good,
Mobile is 438-1625, and then the Pensacola Salvation Army is 850-432-1501, and then the Mississippi Gulf Coast Salvation Army is 228-207-1218.
Oh,
and I think if you contact those numbers, tell them you're wanting to get your children on the Angel Tree, or you need assistance with utilities, finances. They even help with rent or eviction notices in certain cases. You have to qualify financially. Then they can, help you out during this time of the year.
Excellent. Well, for those of us that are blessed, feeling blessed during this holiday season, what recommendations do you have for us that we might be helpful?
I have some things, a lot of times I hear just all during the year when people hear what I do, sometimes they have a stigma about people being on disability or filing for disability claims. And I think that is really, they think that their money or lack thereof has to do with their moral values, that maybe they did something wrong. And a lot of times we are dealing with everyday people like you and me that had good jobs. We paid our bills. We have families to support, and whether it be mental illness or physical illness, accidents, things happen, and they are, stuck in a situation where they're filing for Social Security disability. And, this is what we pay into in our tax dollars. And even if it is an SSI claim, we still support those with our tax dollars every year, and that those people, are not in a situation that they want to be in. Most of those people are actually, fighting. They would rather work if they could.
Right.
And so I think that that people feeling that the poor are undeserving for some reason really drives policies that hurt our children and hurt our clients. And I hear it from judges, politicians, and doctors. And I'm sure I've been guilty of making comments myself sometimes. And I just think that during this time of the year, if we can be a little bit more understanding, a little bit kinder, and just keep our eyes out for those that may need help. And some people are not, don't tell others that they need the help. And so if we can just, be more aware and be a little bit kinder during this year, it goes a long way during the
Yeah. No, well, that's great. And I can tell that's right from your heart.
It is.
Yeah. It's obvious. Well, let me say this. If someone wants to reach out to your office, whether it's related to a disability claim or questions, how can they do that?
They can go straight to our website and contact us there at www.gardberglaw.com. They can call our office at 251-343-1111, and we will be happy to get them set up and come in and see if we can help them, and be happy to, work on their claim just like we do for all our other clients.
Very good. Well, to you and to those that are watching, whether live or by replay, we say happy holidays and wishing you all the best. And Noelle, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. And yes, happy holidays to everyone out there.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.